Okay, I think our guest is here now. CK Media. Okay, that's good. Good
Finally.
afternoon. Very well. Welcome, everyone. We have our guest here. So glad to have you here. Sorry about I like your background, very clear.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, you're with the nursing uniform. Thank you so much. I want to first of all introduce Effie to you. She's a nurse practitioner, and I hope I got it right. Nurse practitioner.
That's right.
Okay, yeah. Nurse practitioner. She's been in the nursing industry for quite a long time,
Yeah.
and she knows all. But before she came into UK, she was working as in a bank as a bank manager. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then she came into UK and went straight into nursing. So she's well versed in both the financial side and the and the health side. So welcome here. So let's go straight to the point. Let's go straight to the questions. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you so much. I know out of your busy schedule, you came in now. So tell us about yourself.
Okay. So, how would you want me to address you first of all?
I think you addressed me as CV coach, not Pastor Oji here.
Okay. Okay. So, good evening, everybody, and thank you so much, CV Coach,
Thank
for
you.
inviting me. I'm very, very excited to be here. Yes, in
Thank
my
you.
uniform. So, my name is Efe Obiako. I'm a nurse, a district nurse, and I'm into developing nurses. And apart from that, I'm also a minister of the gospel. I
Beautiful.
have my own platform where I empower women. I'm married. I have children. So basically, that is it about myself.
Good. So I just brought in the poster now, but we're going to be getting there to talk about this. A woman of substance. We're going to be getting there, so much that we're going to take in. Now, if I don't respond to your comments, I'm not ignoring you, you know, uh, but I'm just here with the guests. Explain to us what you do as a nurse. You said you're a nurse, district nurse, nurse practitioner, you
Yeah.
know.
So as a district nurse, usually I do two things. There are two aspects to my role. So I visit patients in the community. So it's like bringing the nursing role or the nursing care from the hospital to the community, to the patient's home. And for example, a patient could be on insulin, an injection, when they go into the hospital. And in coming out, being discharged from the hospital, they need support, either due to lack in manual dexterity or their mental state or the
Mhm.
environment. The district nurses go in to support the patients by giving them that injection. And so that's just an example. Then, in supporting staff with development, um, I do training as well. So I train staff, I support them in the community to ensure that their skills are up to standard
Hmm.
and help them develop their knowledge and their skills. So
Wow.
basically, in summary, that's what I do.
Beautiful. Wow, this is amazing. We've got 199 people watching right now. This is amazing. So how did you get into nursing?
Oh,
So many of them
great.
they're gonna learn so much today.
Brilliant. So, like you said, I was a banker when I came into the country. I had three little children when I came in, and somebody told me about nursing. I was trying to get back into banking or into the financial world, but somebody told me about nursing, and then nursing, nurse training was free. They will provide support for you, your family, and so on. And that was how I applied and went for the interview. And then I got admitted and I started studying nursing. So personally, that's what I did.
Oh
I
my
think
God, this is amazing. Because if you look at it, you came from Africa, different background, different people, banking, different background, different knowledge, came into UK, went into nursing with three kids, and then not only working in You now started working in an environment where it's like working as a district nurse. Man, this is
Yeah,
amazing. Now,
yeah.
one other thing is this: somebody might be watching. Do you need a degree to become a nurse in United Kingdom?
No, no, you don't. The basic thing they need, what the basic things required are your English and your
Mhm.
maths.
Wow.
Um, Once you have that, you should be able to, and you have the number of credits to get into. So that's what we say, to get into the university, you'll be able to get into university.
This is amazing because some people right now be thinking, oh, I need a degree because I didn't go to school. I don't have previous degree. I can't
No,
become a nurse. I will have to settle to become a healthcare assistant. Why would
no.
somebody settle for becoming a healthcare assistant? Because what, it's as if there's a background. No, is there? Okay. Because if you look at it, a healthcare assistant's money, you can't compare it with nursing. Let's forget about the money. The knowledge that you get, you can't
Yeah.
compare it. And now you don't need a degree to become a nurse.
No,
Wow.
you don't need a degree to become a nurse. However, it's very interesting now. You can get into nursing. So you're having graduate nurses, people who have studied whatever course they have studied, whatever field they were in, can come into nursing now. And as a healthcare assistant, if you want to study nursing, it's easy.
Ha. Now, what we're going to do is this. In the description box, I'm going to leave your details there. Anyone that want to get in contact with FA to know more about it, remember she told you she trains, she's a nurse practitioner. She can help you get into it or give you an advice on the path in which you need to take. Now,
Yes.
let's go to the next question, which is quite close. What skills do you need to become a nurse? Because the reason why I'm asking you this is that somebody is coming in from a different background, whether you are a lawyer, mechanical engineering, English language, whatever course you've read, you can come in. So, what skills do you need?
The beauty about nursing and the beauty about most professions today is skills are transferable.
Mhm.
So as long as you can communicate effectively, and when I say communicate effectively, you like English might not be your first language. You have a lot of nurses who English is not their first language,
Yeah.
and in no disrespect to them, they can't really make a full, complete sentence in the English language, so to speak, but they can communicate effectively. So whatever they are trying to communicate, you will understand, and whatever the patient is trying to whatever they are trying to communicate with the patient will understand. They will also understand you. So you need to have
Mhm.
communication skills. You have good writing skills,
Mm.
which should be legible. That's the important thing about that, being legible, because somebody who can't make a complete sentence in the Queen's language might not be able to write so effectively. But they develop those skills. But I'm just saying the skills you will need to get into nursing. You should be a team player, and it's very interesting that at the interview they try
Mhm.
you on that one. They could give a question and expect that you will listen to others and also be listened to. So if you come in and want to be the only one to speak, you would
Mm.
have failed that interview. You need a bit of computer skills. You should be able to know how to prioritize your time. So everything I'm listing now, you kind of find out that in most professions, these are the things you actually need. You need they're just transferable skills. But when you get into nursing, you'll develop these skills and also gain nursing skills. So, for example, when I talked about injection, that's a skill I gained when I
Mm.
started the nursing career.
Yeah. Wow.
So there's nothing limiting anyone who wants to study nursing.
Nothing. This is
Yeah.
just amazing. Because you see, you were going to say something. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was saying there's nothing limiting anyone from going into nursing because the skills most even when they're young, they have these skills because you're able to mix with people, you're able to listen to people, you're able to work in a team. These skills are usually common, amongst various or different professions. So it's not a difficult thing to go into. Nursing is not a difficult profession to go into.
Wow. You see, the major thing, like if you're coming to CV coach, you can go to our website check our website. What we do is this. We know quite well that there are lots of professionals from Africa. There are lots of people that can communicate. English is our first language. But when they come in, they settle for lesser jobs, or they settle for whatever comes in. Now, bringing these professionals here to speak with you now, we're trying to show you that, you know what, anything is possible for you,
Yeah.
because you can communicate, you
Yeah.
can learn how to write, you can learn how to use computer,
Yeah.
and then you just get into the skill and move on. So in other words, what you're trying to do here is find a way for you to get into the right profession, and it's never too late.
No,
It's
it's
never too
never too
late.
late. No.
Because FA came from Nigeria, banking, straight into healthcare, and she's
Yeah.
moved so far.
Yes. And I had I had my children were little children then. So there's no excuse.
So if anybody's saying out there that, you know what, I don't know how I'm going to get in, you know, how do I start? Where do I start? All you need to do is leave a comment in the box, like this video, share it with people, and say, I want to get in contact with you, CV coach, and I'll link you up with FA straight away. But before she leaves, we're going to get her channel, and I'll tell you more about her. We still got more questions. You see, this period from March 23rd to date was really tough in United Kingdom. And you, as a nurse, I know that you've really done a lot. But my next question is about COVID. As the world is battling this COVID-19 pandemic, frontline health workers like yourself are among the most vulnerable groups at risk of mental health problems. How did you manage?
It's very interesting because when the onset of COVID brought a lot of fear.
Yeah.
And if we can remember, where there was lockdown and there was nobody on the road except healthcare professionals, and it brought a lot of fear. Now, for most of us that braved it, we had to go and see. Remember, nobody really knew anything about COVID, knew much about COVID. There was the
Very well.
fear that if you even breathe, you will catch COVID.
Yeah.
You'll get infected. But there were some of us who braved it, and we had to see patients because the ailment that a patient has does not recognize that there is COVID, and therefore it's going to put its effects and symptoms and signs on hold while COVID blows away and then it takes over again. They still needed their care. So it was a lot of pressure on the staff that were working because we had staff shielding, we had staff who had COVID, we had staff who were, in bubbles and protecting themselves. It was a lot of pressure. But you see, if you love your job, if you love what you're doing, COVID or no COVID, you're like a soldier. You're
That's
ready
it.
to go to war. And we marched on.
Wow. I love that. You said if you love your job, if you love what you're doing, COVID or no COVID, you've just got to move on.
True.
But how was it for you as a foreigner who's coming in, experiencing this kind of thing for the first time? How did you cope?
With COVID?
Yeah.
Well, I come from a country that has been through thick and thin, wide and narrow. And the country I come from believes in, braving it and going out there to do what you have to do, because you have to do it both
That's
for
it.
the people, both for the patients. You have to do it for society, because when we talk about these patients, we're talking about the NHS. The patients are part of the NHS. The
Yeah.
nurses are part of the NHS. So when
Yeah.
we are going out, we're representing the NHS. We
Yeah.
are protecting the society, so to speak. So personally, where I'm coming from, it was just one of those challenges. We had to fight on. We had to march on. There were different issues that were raised while it was going on. Even now, you have to take the vaccine and so on. Those challenges are there, but it doesn't stop us from putting on our uniforms, like I put mine on now, to represent
Wow.
every nurse in the
Wow.
NHS and in the
Wow.
United Kingdom and all over the world. COVID or no
Wow.
COVID, we are ready to provide care any day, anytime, and anywhere.
I think you deserve a round of applause for that. All the nurses, all the nurses in the UK,
Thank you.
all those in the National Health Services. Yeah, because it was just amazing. That period, I work as a health and safety consultant, and I had to go to work. Sometimes you see people putting on PPE. We had people who passed on as a result of COVID, lost the use of their legs as a result of COVID. It was a
Yeah.
serious issue because nobody understood what was going on. You
Yeah.
know, you
Yeah.
you you are just amazing, and we applaud you a lot. You know, you said
Thank you.
something now. Thank you're welcome. You said